Adrian Durham, who's in Dusseldorf today.
Oh, lovely.
He's in the stadium where England will play. You're doing a bit of springtime to hit there,
Let's do a bit. Yeah.
Where England play Switzerland on Saturday. Let's hear from Jordan Pickford, the England goalkeeper. He was chatting to the media about the performances so far.
It was a roller coaster. I said in the pre-match interview, it's not how you play. We've got to show resilience, and it's about just winning the match, and that's what we did. Went into the trenches, and we'll come out the other side. There's a lot of work to do. We want to make the nation proud. We want to make ourselves proud. We want to make our families proud. So to win a knockout game against Slovakia, which is a very tough opponent, to keep in the hat and to play against Switzerland Saturday, that's what it meant.
It was a great moment at the end when he just looked at the crowd and he knew that was the final whistle. It was a typical Jordan Pickford moment, wasn't it?
He's had
really?
a good tournament, isn't he? I know he's hardly let anything in.
He doesn't. I mean, despite the perception, he doesn't make a lot of bricks. Really.
No,
the stats tell you that. Anyway, let's head to Dusseldorf, as we said, where England take on Switzerland this Saturday. Adrian Durham is in situ. Hi, Aid.
Paul, Charlie, how you doing? Yeah, I'm in Dusseldorf. I'm right outside the arena. You can see over my shoulder the Euro 2024 badge on the outside of the arena. If there's a big noise, it's because a plane's going overhead. We're right next to the airport here, so just bear with me with that, okay?
Fair enough. So you saw the French last night, Adrian. I've been asking the listeners the question today, as they look at some of the big guns, and there are one or two exceptions, but they play each other at the weekend, do you start to have a bit more confidence in England when you maybe view some of the shortcomings of, even the French?
Is that a serious question?
Well, I'm clutching at straws, I know that, but they weren't great yesterday, were they? You saw them in the flesh.
They were, and there wasn't a lot to fear, although Mbappe, if you watch him closely, his skill set is truly incredible, and he can get past any defender. There's more to come from Griezmann. We know he's capable of so much more than he showed at this tournament, but I think he's taken a bit of a battering psychologically, I think, from Didier Deschamps. So that's one for the manager to work out. Listen, we had Emmanuel Petit on the commentary yesterday, and he was saying before the game, if France lose this, that's the end for Deschamps. So it's pretty fragile what's going on in the French camp. I didn't see them as winners after what I witnessed yesterday, but we know anything could turn around. We know teams have been terrible at certain stages of tournaments before, and they've gone on to win them. As for England, they're going to have to vastly improve, because Spain versus Germany, the winner of that looks like the winner of the tournament as things stand right now from what we've seen.
We were just talking about that off air with Sinead. She was saying who's going to win, and she was thinking it's going to come from that game, you would think. So it's a tough call. She said, who's going to win out of those two? We both kind of looked at each other. I mean, I think that's going to be a tough. I could easily see that game going to penalties quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Germany before the tournament started, the home advantage. I thought they'd get off to a flyer with a couple of relatively easy games, and so it proved to kick off the group stage, so they'd be through after 2 games. They've got strength in depth as well, but having seen Spain, wow, I mean, I actually saw their third game, which was effectively Spain reserves, and they were still absolutely fantastic in the first half, brought on some of the stars. Lamine Yamal came on, and he was sensational. If they keep playing like that, they will be unstoppable. But in terms of England, I mean, I did laugh, but, they've got through. And as Jordan Pickford was saying there is a resilience. And there's also, just been speaking to our England correspondent, Faker Others, today, and we've been talking about what the injuries and the situation with Luke Shaw might mean, bearing in mind what happened at the end of the game on Sunday. Could it mean that he actually, like Euro 2024, like the last Euros 3 years ago, he actually switches to 3 at the back. Saka does go wing back, and it could solve a whole lot of problems and make us better, basically, which will have to be if we're going to win the Euros. It's going to be an interesting call from Gareth.
The team in a 3 does look quite exciting, doesn't it? I mean, as you said, you've got Saka as a wing back on the left, not as a full back, which helps. You've maybe put Trent in on the right, you have Walker, and you have Konza in that 3.
Well, it manages to get everyone in the team, doesn't it? Which is what he's been trying to do.
I mean, look, and it's not like it's a massive departure. He's played with a 3 before.
Yeah, and he's changed mid-tournament to a 3 as well. So, listen, he's getting a lot of grief, and I understand that with the performances that England are putting in. But if you step back and think about it, he's not a stupid man. He might be a little bit stubborn, Gareth Southgate, but he's not stupid. So if it works out that this might be for the best, he might have other plans. But if he thinks that this is for the best, then I have every confidence that he will change it and go forward with it. But we've rode our luck to get this far, and you need to be lucky as well. I'm glad he's a lucky manager, by the way. Some people are stopping him for it, but I'd rather have a lucky manager than an unlucky one. So it's about time an England manager had some luck. He's having it. Let's use it, and actually let's pick the best team with the players at our disposal. For me, that is changing to 3 at the back, but it'll be a bold call.
I'm going to say something stupid. I like to say something stupid, and then you will laugh at me.
Good.
And then,
that's what we get you in for, Charlie.
And I put the theory out there.
I wonder why you were here.
Do you think Spain looks so good because everyone else is trying to play like Spain?
I've been to one of your gigs. You do say some stupid things, man.
Everyone else is trying to play like Pep, basically, like Spain. And so Spain look good at it because it's their natural game.
Spanish.
It's not our natural game, so we're trying it on the side.
It's Charlie there from Oxfordshire. Thanks for the call, Charlie.
What do you think, Adrian Durham?
What do you make of that, Adrian?
Adrian in Durham, what do you think?
I think it's a stupid thing to say. No, what I think is, you've got a point in that they're very good, gifted, technical players. But what Spain do more than anything, and it's nothing to do with Pep really, is they get to the byline and they're putting crosses. You watch the opening minutes of any game they play, early as possible. They get to the byline, whip in a cross, statement of intent. That's exactly how they play. And I just think it gets them going forward. They're less reserved. With England, it's fullback goes to the halfway line, checks back to centre-back, and we all fall asleep. So
the lack of crosses in the box has been driving me absolutely mad. Swing it in the mixer, Aid. Get a bit of National League South on it.
You're right. Yeah, I get that. We have lost a lot of England goals from the squad with Sterling and Rashford not in there. And maybe there's a reluctance in front of goal because they're being so cautious. But I just hope that Gareth and Steve Holland watch Spain, watch what they do, front foot early on, and maybe we'll have a bit of that. We were promised that by the England players in interviews that they did with Faker others. It'll be front foot, in your face. It wasn't really, but somehow we managed to scrape through. And listen, on scraping through, I mean, what a joy as well. A great goal from Bellingham. What's better than a last-minute equaliser? Then
beautiful.
Fantastic. What's not to love about that? When you don't win trophies, you've got to enjoy the moments.
I saw Jason Burt writing in the Telegraph today saying, having got Tony in there and seeing the job he did and some of the chaos he can cause, and what a good footballer he is, he's quite keen on 2 up top. I mean, we know none of these things are going to happen. He admits that himself. But he says, play Kane a bit deeper as a 10 and play Tony as a 9.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got a problem with that either. And actually going 3 at the back lends itself to that, possibly, if Gareth wants to do that. I thought it was great that Gareth came out and admitted that Ivan Toney was disgusted. He was only getting 1 minute at the end of it. I thought it was Gareth Southgate didn't have to reveal that. And I actually thought it was a great sense of humour from him. But I'm glad that Ivan Toney's disgusted by that. He should be, and he should be. They should all be demanding to get time on the pitch. They should all be saying, I can make this team better. Give me a chance, Gaffer. He came on and he did cause problems. But to be honest, I've been saying this from the start of the tournament. It's not because he used to play for my club. This is what Ivan Toney does. He will dig elbows in ribs. He's a menace. People. He'll be so annoying. He'll upset people. He'll cause them problems. He'll be a nuisance. That's exactly what he was the other day. However, he should have hit the target with that shot that would have killed the game off.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of those, though. I mean, there's obviously something about this ball. Tchouameni's not a bad striker of a ball, but he put 2 flying over the bars you saw yesterday, and it seems that ball is very light. None of them have quite got to grips with it. We haven't really seen, apart from the goal against England by Denmark, we haven't seen any long-range goals particularly, have we?
Yeah, a bit sick of all that, though. I mean, they train with the ball. I mean, how long do they need, for heaven's sake? If the ball's causing a problem, stay out longer on the grass. I mean, this is what you're here for, a tournament. Get used to the ball, for heaven's sake. It's pretty vital, isn't it?
It's a little bit of old-school Warnock
I think the ball changes from the semi-finals onwards. I think we were told that the other week.
It's much heavier. It's got laces.
Heavy, I was going to say. It's one of those holds water.
Yeah, that's a really big, heavy ball that if it gets wet, gets even worse. Bit of a throwback. Yeah, that would be interesting. So, Adrian, are you working? You're not working on one of the games this evening, no? You got a day off.
I know it's a night off, and there's a group of us based in Dusseldorf, including the England team, as in the talkSPORT England team.
Right.
And, I have to tell you that myself, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot, the commentator, and our producer Declan, and our engineer James are all going on a cruise on the Rhine in about 45 minutes' time.
All right.
So, if you don't hear from us again,
Oh, wow.
A cruise.
It's
not, I don't think it's that dangerous.
Like one of those daytime cruises they advertise on daytime telly.
It's like one of those, you're going to sit there, are you? Sort of thing, fantastic. You'll be the youngest people on there by about 50 years.
I'm just worried that the producers booked the wrong one and we're all going to end up in Norway or something.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Yeah,
Might be one of those party boats.
What a buddy movie.
Yeah.
But it won't be much of a party because 3 of the team don't drink. So
no, it's quite a low level party. Brilliant. Well, have fun, Aid. Catch up with you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
There's Adrian Durham there.
Fog on the Rhine is all mine, all mine.
Oh,
That would have been an opportunity for someone.
It would have been, yeah. That's fantastic if Gazza had played in a tournament.
Exactly,
well, he did play in 1990, but he didn't have that. He didn't have that level of celebrity at that point, did he?
It was a shame for him.
So there we are. We've checked in on the England camp with Carling. Thanks to Carling. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Camp updates on talkSPORT with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus. Always drink responsibly.
The Luke Littler of, we've heard a lot of that recently, croquet, dressage, every sport, javelin.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Maybe not javelin. You don't want to give kids a javelin, do you, really? Oh, he's only 3 and he threw the javelin. Yeah, he did kill the neighbour, but he really threw it a long way.
He's really good at the javelin.
The Luke Littler of chess, we'll discuss in a few moments' time with our guest. And
he don't play while eating a kebab. It's not it's not that.
Well,
They're good at chess.
It'd be interesting. We'll have some transfer stories for you a little bit later on. And we're in the Austrian camp as well. They're good. They're playing well, aren't they?
Yeah,
so we'll be discussing that. We are here with Burger King, our good friends at Burger King. And you can bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.